Sports.
I have been added to the active roster by the club. No, I have a bit of a health problem that we've known about for a little while, and it's gotten progressively worse as the season has gone on. We've known about it for a while.
Well, that was the sobering news delivered by Bob Uecker earlier today. Hello, everyone. Brian Anderson along with Bill Schroeder. It's great to have you with us tonight. And yes, we will get to baseball, but the headliner right now is Mr. Uecker. He needs heart surgery, Rock, and it is a very serious heart surgery. But I think the doctors who are here today and the way the surgery was explained, they are very optimistic about his return and his health.
Yeah, it's always a serious thing anytime you have surgery like that, but your heart sank when you heard the news from Uecker today. And you know, he's in great shape. He swims every day, but still in all, it's one of those things that you concern yourself. He's Mr. Brewer. I mean, he's a guy that when you think about the Milwaukee Brewers, it is Bob Uecker, and we are going to sorely miss him. He's one of those guys that kind of inspires you, whether it's on the field, in the booth, on the planes, and in the buses. He will be missed, but he will be back. He's that kind of guy, always downplaying everything, even a serious situation like this.
Great turnout today in the media room. Bob is going to need his aortic valve replaced. That is the severity of the surgery. They've been monitoring this since last September. They have to do the procedure now to avoid rupture, but in classic Bob Uecker fashion, he talks about his plans for tonight and his return as well.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing the game tonight. I'm doing the game tomorrow, too. And after Friday, I'll fly to the coast and meet the team and do the games there, too. No.
So he says he's going to return, and you know what? He probably would if the doctors wouldn't hold him back. But we'll definitely save a seat for him. He is our leader up here, and he will be missed. And we are praying for Bob Uecker, and hopefully he's going to have a successful surgery. Matter of fact, we're going to talk to him during the broadcast tonight. He's going to join us in the fourth inning. Bob's ready to go back to work, and so are we. When we check in with Craig and Jerry, they'll set up tonight's game. Randy Wolf on the mound for the Brewers tonight. It's Game 2, the Brew Crew and the Pirates. Stay with us.
Aaron Rodgers and Mark Tauzier, Packers, taking batting practice here this afternoon, having a good time with Prince Fielder and the Milwaukee Brewers. We're getting you all set for Game 6. It's the Brewers and the Pirates. Jerry Augustine and Craig Deshawn on board with you. Of course, it's all about the offense in the first 4 games of this season series for the Brewers against the Pirates, Jerry. They've outscored them 53-4. The swashbuckle, but against the rest of the National League, maybe a different story.
Well, the one thing these Brewer hitters have done against the Pirate pitching staff is they have worked each at-bat into favorable hitting accounts. And when they have done that, it has definitely been advantage Brewers.
Yeah, everything that's pitched the Brewers' way so far has been hit. Even the Brewer pitchers are getting into the act of driving in runs as well. Last night winning 17-3. And so we'll see how much pitching has to do with it, especially on the Brewers' end. The last time that Randy Wolf met the Pirates, he won 20-0, but probably pitched his best as a Brewer.
Yes, he did. You know, one thing he talks about for him to be successful, he has to pound that strike zone, and that's exactly what he did last game. He got ahead of hitters, pounded strike zone, pitched a real good game, went 6 innings, and exactly what the Brewers needed.
They wanted the quality starts and the low runs, and they certainly got it from Randy Wolf. He's going to pose Jeff Karstens, who was just called up last night from AAA, has some experience in the majors, but this will be his first in 2010. Well, will that offense continue a 22-game personal winning streak at Miller Park against Pittsburgh as well? Will power and all the success continue? Find out next.
And the Pittsburgh Pirates, and there is John Russell, manager of the Pirates. His lineup today, a little bit of a shift in his lineup, and he has a new pitcher just up from AAA, and Jeff Karstens. Lineup is brought to you by Subway. It's Andrew McCutcheon, Andy LaRoche, and Lastings Millage with the top 3 in the order. Then Garrett Jones, Ryan Doman, and Jeff Clement. Bottom 3, Aki Iwamura, Jeff Karstens, the pitcher, and Ronnie Cedeno. And that lineup will face Randy Wolf for the second straight start. Randy Wolf matches up with Pittsburgh.
Oh, good, very good his last time out against these Pittsburgh Pirates. It was all about fastball command for Randy. wasn't very happy with his command at Washington. 98 pitches in 6 innings. He had men on base just about every inning, but able to throw a shutout.
That was last Thursday. Randy Wolf in his career is 8-1 against Pittsburgh lifetime. And he opens with a strike, and away we go tonight. A cool Tuesday night in Milwaukee. Temperatures are in the low 50s outside. The roof is closed tonight. Comfortable inside as the fans make their way in. Home plate umpire tonight is Sam Holbrook. DJ Rayburn, Mike DeMuro, and Tim Welke, the crew chief, around the bases. And McCutchen pulls one foul and out of play. Now, Craig mentioned it. The Brewers have a 22 consecutive game winning streak here at Miller Park against Pittsburgh. You got to go all the way back to May 3rd of 2007 to find the last Pittsburgh win here. An unprecedented streak. The major league record, by the way, is 27. As Wolf strikes out Andrew McCutchen. And one man gone for Randy Wolf as he opens his night with a K.
Yeah, he throws him a lazy curveball and then punches him out on the inside corner. The Brewer defense drawing Edmonds and Hart from left to right. Casey McGee, Craig Counsell gets the start in place of Escobar today. George Kataris getting a start against the right-hander. And Randy Wolf on the mound.
Well, Kataris caught Randy Wolf last Thursday in Pittsburgh. He had a big day offensively as well, so he's not defined as Randy Wolf's personal catcher, but he's been in there the last couple of times out. LaRoche, he's been red hot, and he has a base hit with one away. LaRoche came in batting .350, and his 15th hit of the year. He missed the entire series against Milwaukee last time around with back spasms.
Yeah, out over the plate, he got a little bit too much to play with that fastball, and Andy LaRoche able to bang it back through the middle. He has been red hot, as you mentioned a couple of days ago. A 4-for-4 game. He actually had base hits in 5 straight plate appearances.
LaRoche with 2 hits last night. And the Pirates with a base runner here in the first inning for Lastings Millage. Of course, the Bob Uecker story is the headliner. Uecker will need heart surgery. That'll happen Friday. The other top story in this series is that long winning streak and the fact that the Brewers have won 4 straight and pursuing a record perhaps. As Millage sends one into center field. Easy play for Jim Edmonds, and 2 men are out.
I can't help but, wish the best for Bob Uecker. I mean, he is our leader, as you talked about it. Well said on the open today, and particularly on the road. He's kind of the guy that sets the tone for the entire day. It starts when the team bus leaves the hotel. But we'll keep his seat warm for him when he comes back.
Well, we hope he'll have a few of those calls here tonight. Bob Uecker is going to join us in the 4th inning, so we hope you'll make plans to stay with us and enjoy the stylings of Bob Uecker. He's had a busy day today as well. It's been, it's a day. Bob doesn't like to get into the personal side of it, but he's had to today because of the outpouring of affection that he's received.
And that's a tough thing for Bob. He's kind of keeps things close to the vest.
There's a bouncing ball out to Weeks, and Garrett Jones is retired. So the Pirates go down scoreless in the first. Now the Brewers are coming up. Weeks, Counsell, and Braun to start us out. and this is the lineup turned in by Ken Maka. It's brought to you by Subway. Ricky Weeks, Craig Counsell, and Ryan Braun lead off. Then it's Fielder, McGee, and Edmonds. Jim Edmonds, his career against the Pirates, very good, a .313 batting average. Bottom three, Corey Hart, George Kataris, and Randy Wolf. A ton of lefties in there to face the right-hander Jeff Karstens.
Yeah, very unimpressive in his appearances down in AAA Indianapolis. Look at the big earned run average. Karstens made 13 starts for the Pirates last year.
First start of the year in the big leagues for Karstens. We saw a lot of him last year. Matter of fact, he was embroiled in a little controversy with the Milwaukee Brewers a season ago. A strike to Ricky Weeks. It was a kind of a back and forth beanball series between the Pirates and the Brewers last year. There were 6 hit batters in a 3-game series. Karstens ended up being fined by Major League Baseball last season for hitting Ryan Braun. So there's a little bit of element to that, although at this point I believe it's all in the past.
Yeah, I don't think either team is thinking along those lines at this point. Particularly the Brewers. They don't want to do anything to wake up this Pirate club.
Pirates come in 7-12 on the year. They have lost 7 straight. The Brewers swept Pittsburgh last week. That was after Pittsburgh had swept the Reds. And then the Pirates went to Houston and got swept. And now they've lost the first game in this series. And Milwaukee will try to get back to 500 tonight with a victory, as Weeks strikes out on a breaking ball from Karstens.
Yeah, Jeff Karstens not overpowering by any stretch. He'll throw his fastball top out about 91 miles an hour. As you take a look at the Pirate defense, Millard, McCutchen, and Jones in the outfield. Andy LaRoche, Cedeno, Iwamura, and Clement. Ryan Doman behind the plate again, and Jeff Karstens on the mound. Our Blaine's Farm and Fleet defense tonight.
One gone for Craig Counsell, getting to start at shortstop tonight for the Brewers. 2 of the hitting stars last night not in the lineup, in Alcides Escobar, who belted his first home run of the year last night, and Greg Zahn, who had a career night. He tied career highs in hits and RBIs last night, and those 2 sit this evening.
Hey, nice job, Zahny, and now you get to grab some pine tonight.
The Pirates will have a left-handed starter on the mound tomorrow, and a string of left-handed starting opponents for the next 3 days at least for the Brewers. So this is the day to get some lefties in the lineup, and that includes Craig Counsell. Counsell batting .308 to start the day, and he pulls that one foul, just foul.
Yeah, mentioning Karstens and his repertoire, he doesn't throw all that hard, 91 miles an hour. He's got a very good changeup. That might be his best second pitch, the changeup. He's got a good curveball. That curveball is the pitch that got Ricky.
30 is our guy. 30 is Craig Counsell, Wisconsin native. Counsell got the start at third base on Sunday and delivered with 2 hits. Had a couple of doubles in that game and an otherwise forgettable afternoon against the Cubs. The Brewers were swept by the Cubs. But you wouldn't know it by the production last night, as Counsell bangs one to the hole, backhanded by Clement. Karstens is there for him for out number 2.
There's been a lot of lopsided games for the Brewers in the last week and a half. I'm doing some digging today. You know, I do my own digging once in a while.
Nice.
There has not been a save opportunity for the Brewers or their opponent in the last 9 games.
How about that?
Been feast or famine. They're either winning by a bunch or losing by a bunch.
And a save opportunity is 3 runs or less in the 9th inning. Trevor Hoffman has the last save, and you got to go all the way back 2 Thursdays ago at Wrigley Field in Chicago.
Yeah, it's a while. Got to be approaching a record at some point.
Here's Ryan Braun with 2 outs. You didn't dig any further than that?
No, that was it.
Oh, okay.
Just the surface stuff.
I thought you were ready to deliver a slammer.
Yeah, no.
Maybe tomorrow.
Now that stuff's easy to find. You just open up the back page of the notes. You just look at the scores. And then you have to double check with your scorebook. Because a guy comes in the 8th inning.
Right. Could be a safe situation.
Could be a safe situation. You end up winning by 7, 8 runs.
Well, you took it at least 2 levels deep.
I did.
That's good. That's a multi-layered research.
It's more than I normally do. Right at the bottom of the strike zone.
2 balls and a strike on Braun, and he rips one back up the middle, a base hit. Might have broken his bat, but Braun able to squeeze one between the shortstop and the second baseman. And that'll get Fielder to the plate in this first inning.
The imperative for Jeff Carson is to be picture perfect with his location. Wasn't a bad pitch. It was down in the strike zone, similar to the pitch that was a called strike on Ryan. Hitters be aware that the strike zone may be low a bit. You got to evaluate what that umpire's strike zone is, particularly up and down these days. In and out pretty standard.
Prince Fielder now with 2 away and Braun at first. The Pirates put the big shift on tonight for Fielder. Yesterday they had a bit of a modified shift, but after what he did yesterday, John Russell has gone full Joe Madden here.
No, that and the fact that they had Zach Duke, a left-hander, out on the mound. They play a little bit more straight up when there's a lefty.
Fielder had 3 hits last night, and all 3 of the hits would have gone for outs in this particular defensive alignment that John Russell has.
It's got to be tempting for Prince just to push one down that third baseline. But the Pirates will take it. They'll let him do that. They'll let him do that all night.
Ball and a strike on Fielder. Now Prince has his batting average up to 268 with a 3-hit game last night. All singles for Fielder last night. He did score 3 runs. And his batting average at 268 while his on base percentage is 402. So he's doing his part to get on. Close play over there. Braun just back in time.
You might see the Brewers try to steal some bases tonight. Ryan Domit is having a rough time. Only 1 for 15 so far this year, throwing out base runners. And the Brewers have been successful 15 out of 16.
Ball and a strike on Prince. Another check on Braun at first. Braun has 5 steals this year. Gomez leads the club with 6.
Well, the more time Carson spends on Ryan Braun, the less attention he's paying to Prince Fielder.
Pretty close. Two balls and a strike. Fielder's lone home run came in Pittsburgh. He has 8 runs driven in at this point. Prince has always been a slow starter. You look at his April numbers for his entire career, and minimal home runs. It's a breaking ball, and Braun is in there with a stolen base. He picked the right pitch to run on. Pitch was called a strike. But Braun steals his 6th base. He is 6 for 6.
How about that for respect? The 2-1 count. Carson gives him the curveball. Good throw by Domit, but a good pitch to run on. A slow curveball.
Braun had 20 steals last year. Brewers off to a running start in 2010. Already their 16th stolen base of the season. So now Fielder with a chance to drive in a run. And he yanks one foul.
I'd be surprised if Prince gets a fastball for a strike. Another curveball down and in.
Casey McGee will be next. Fielder trying to give him a chance here in the first. Good take. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Karstens tried to get him to chase a changeup.
That's a pretty good pitch for Carson. He's got pretty good movement with it. He chokes the back of that hand, drops about 8 miles an hour, and has got some sink on it.
Fielder pops it up, foul territory. LaRoche gives it a look, and he's got it for the out. And Karstens gets through the first, allowing no runs. Randy Wolf back on the mound, scoreless as we head to the second.
We're here in the second inning. Pirates Brewers. If you're traveling this season, take the Brewers with you. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Brewers game live or on demand on your computer. Visit Brewers.com to order and to get more details. MLB.tv. Baseball everywhere.
Randy Wolf back on the mound for the Brewers as we head to the second. Ryan Doumit leads off for Pittsburgh. No score at Miller Park. Switch hitting catcher Doumit, .259 average to start the day, has a home run and 4 driven in. Off to a bit of a slow start for the Pirates. That one is well hit. Edmonds will watch this one fly to the wall. Ryan Doumit will roll into second base with a leadoff double.
Be very careful early in the count. 0-1 first pitch, 1-0. These Pirates do not let fastballs over the plate pass very often. That one outer half, and Ryan Doumit waiting for it and hits it over Edmonds' head and center. A good fastball hitting club, particularly early in the count. You got to be careful with him.
Second hit for the Pirates. And a leadoff double for Jeff Clement.
Yeah, the Pirates are not a team that believe in working the count too much, particularly when they get fastballs. They get one they like, they're going after it.
It's been a bit unusual for Brewer pitching. They have not been able to get through the Pirates' order quickly. We saw that with Gallardo last night, and even though Gallardo has not allowed an earned run to the Pirates this year in 11 innings, he hasn't exactly breezed through the lineup either. As Weeks will make the play, Clement advances the base runner. Good execution offensively for the Pirates, and now a runner at third with one away.
Yeah, the Pirates were not retired in order once all night last night. There was only one 3-up, 3-down inning in the entire game. That was the Brewers' 7th. Brewers were retired 3-up, 3-down, all 3 on strikeouts. That was it.
Here is Aki Iwamura. Coming to the Pirates from the Tampa Bay Rays. Pirates took a flyer that a surgically repaired knee would be ready for the 2010 campaign. And although Uemura looks to be slowed a little bit, he's wearing that big brace on his left knee. That's the knee he had the surgery on last year during the season while with the Rays. He's a good defender. He's a winning player. He was part of that Tampa Bay World Series club 2 years ago, back in 08.
And 2 years ago, this guy hit almost 380 playing every day. Well, he can hit.
In Japan, he played for the Yakult Swallows, and 3 times he was a 300 hitter in the major leagues in Japan. And he hammers that one deep to left field. Braun is back, and he's got it. Ryan crashes up against our microphone in the wall, but a run will score on a sacrifice fly. So Uemura with a sac fly and an RBI, and the Pirates have the lead.
Yeah, Randy Wolf lucky there. Uemura gave that one a pretty good ride to the opposite field on an 0-2 count. They tried to get it down and away. It was up and away. Uemura able to get enough of it and hit it hard into left field. Nice running catch by Braun, who made a couple of nice defensive plays in last night's game.
Well, that's the first time all season the Pirates have led first against Milwaukee. This is the 5th game. RBI number 8 for Uemura. Now the pitcher Karsten's bat. I noticed Tony La Russa and the Cardinals have put their pitcher in the 8th spot tonight. La Russa was the first to do it and has done it throughout the years occasionally. He has not done that this year until tonight. Brendan Ryan is batting 9th for St. Louis tonight. Cardinals taking on the Atlanta Braves this evening in St. Louis.
A few years ago, the Brewers tried that. That didn't last very long. The thought was to have Jason Kendall batting at number 9 spot to avoid a lot of double plays that Jason grounded into the year before. Didn't last long. It never does. I wonder how long John Russell's going to stick with it.
Yeah, you solve one riddle and fulfill one statistical analysis, then you kind of leave yourself open for another one.
Right.
There's a strike called, and Karstens is rung up by Sam Holbrook. So Wolf picks up his 2nd strikeout, but he gives up his first run to the Pirates. Pittsburgh up 1-0. Brewers coming to bat. Anderson, Bill Schroeder, Drew Olson. As we head to the bottom of the second, Casey McGee ready to lead off. Jeff Karstens a scoreless first. He gave up a hit and had a strikeout. Casey coming off a grand slam home run last night in his final at-bat. Powerball home run number 5 for McGee. His second career grand slam. And it is the second time that McGee has committed an error earlier in the game and then followed with a grand slam. That's a trend he'd like to at least cut in half.
And you dug that one up yourself, right?
I just happen to remember that one.
Nice. That was part of a 9-run 8th inning for Milwaukee.
Well, McGee with 18 runs batted in now. He's just 2 off the league lead. Remember McGee's first grand slam, that was the night here at Miller Park when he dropped the pop-up. He came right back the next inning, and redemption for Casey at the bat. And he draws the walk, so the Brewers have a leadoff base runner. We check in with Drew Olson.
Well, guys, the Brewers have been putting up some football-like scores of late, and today they were joined by some football players here at Early BP. Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers and tackle Mark Tauscher took part in the workout. They had their own little home run derby going before the game. It was pretty funny. They enjoyed talking to some of the guys. Rodgers won the home run derby 2-1, but the consensus was that while Rodgers looks like he could play a little baseball, Tauscher looks like he could help somebody's slow pitch softball team.
Yeah. Get the shirt untucked. Looking good. There's a great stat going around today concerning that 17-3 game last night. Check this out, Rox. Speaking of football, since 2007, there have been 4 major league games with a 17-3 final score, right? That's a football score. But there have been no such games in the NFL that have finished 17-3 since 2007. You got to go back to 06. That is R&D, my friend. The Buccaneers and the Giants, the last NFL game to finish 17-3.
Giants won.
Well, of course they did, right?
I
You being a Giants fan?
Yeah.
Edmonds sends one high in the air to right center. Does it have enough carry? Back is McCutcheon at the wall, and he's got it for the out. Just got under it, did Jim Edmonds. First out of the inning for Jeff Karstens.
You would think that that would be a pretty standard score in the NFL, right?
I know. That's my point.
2 touchdowns, 2 field goals, 17-3.
17-3 seems like a reasonable football score.
Yeah. Edmonds with his head down. He knew he missed it. He got under it just enough to keep it in the ballpark.
So you could win a lunch tomorrow at the office if you drop that on.
Mm-hmm.
There have been 4 Major League Baseball games with that score since the last NFL score of 17-3.
Guys really enjoyed having those 2 guys taking batting practice. That was fun. Talked to Aaron Rodgers, and I asked, how long does it take for the body to start feeling good? And about 3 weeks, he was about 100% after the season was over.
Cedeno to Iwamura, and that's going to be a double play to end the inning. Hold that thought, Rock. good-looking birthday hat. And a crowd here at Miller Park to see the Brewers and the Pirates. Game 2 of this 3-game series. Ronnie Cedeno leads off for Pittsburgh. Randy Wolf surrendering a run to the Pirates in the second. Cedeno batting 9th in this Pirate order behind the pitcher. First run that Wolf has allowed to Pittsburgh this year. He went 6 shutout in Pittsburgh last week. Wolf, one of the prized free agent acquisitions for the Brewers this offseason. Broken bat bouncer. McGee's got a nice easy hop. And Cedeno is retired. Well, our buddy Ashley Kumlin is attempting to cross the U.S. on foot, and she's doing it to raise awareness and money for multiple sclerosis, a disease her mother has been fighting for the past 27 years. You can follow her trek by watching Bucks basketball and Brewers baseball throughout the season, and by logging on to foxsportswisconsin.com. One out for Randy Wolf. Top of the order in Andrew McCutchen.
They say that the Bradley Center was rocking again last night. They are something else without Andrew Bogut. Nobody gave him much of a chance, did they?
The little engine that could. Feared the deer. And big day of sports tomorrow on Fox Sports Wisconsin. The Bucks are back in action for Game 5. They have forced a Game 6 in that series, a series that is all tied at 2 games apiece. So they'll be in Atlanta tomorrow night. The Brewers will play a matinee tomorrow afternoon. There was a base hit back up the middle for McCutchen. A 1-out single for the Pirate leadoff hitter.
He's a good player, Andrew McCutchen. I mean, he covers both sides of the plate pretty well. You make a mistake with him, he hit it out of the ballpark. That time, right back through the middle. Good-looking young player.
McCutchen has 10 steals. He's the National League leader in that category. Been caught twice. Randy Wolf has a good move. He manages the running game well, holds runners on.
Yeah, a lot of different ways, too. He does have a good pickoff move to first base. So he'll step off. He'll hold the baseball, give you a slide step. A big help to a catcher when you've got a speedy base runner out there at first base.
Pittsburgh has 18 steals this year. They've been caught 3 times. McCutchen 10 of those 18, and 2 of those caught stealing. But they're running a lot as well when they get the chance, especially when McCutchen is aboard in a spot like this.
When you don't have a lot of power, particularly when you play your home games in a ballpark that is tough to hit home runs, you have to figure out other ways to manufacture runs. The running game is one of them.
The gravity ball from Randy Wolf for strike 1. 65-mile-an-hour curveball.
That low strike has been called all night. That's good news for the pitchers.
LaRoche with another base hit. He breaks his bat but serves one into left. Yeah, this guy is on fire. Man, oh man, his second hit of the night. LaRoche had 2 hits last night and has now been on base 5 times in this series.
2 base hits tonight, 2 base hits last night, 4 for 4 in the last game in Houston. Mentioned he had a stretch of 5 consecutive base hits in 5 plate appearances. All singles, though. He hasn't really shown any power. The Pirates hoping to get some power out of him, but I think they take, hitting like LaRoche has been giving him. not your prototypical number 2 hitter.
LaRoche is now 10 for his last 15 over his last 4 games. That is a hot streak for sure. Now 2 on with 1 out, and here's Millage. Millage bats in the 3-hole for the Pirates. He and Ryan Church share time in that spot. Church, the left-handed version. Brewers look for a double play ball here. And a strike on the corner, 1-1.
Yeah, so Randy Wolf probably thinking about using that 2-seam fastball going away from Millage, and in hopes that he tries to pull one. Imperative to keep the ball down to this young man. He's got some pop. He doesn't have a home run yet.
Both runners take off. Little half swing roller out to Wolf. And the only play is first. An excuse me swing, but Millage is retired. 2 outs in the inning, and now Wolf with runners at second and third, and Garrett Jones coming up.
Kind of an interesting lineup for John Russell. Last thing's Millage, another guy you think of as a number 3 hitter. You like a little bit more batting average, more power. And look at McCutcheon. He is the Pirates version of Carlos Gomez. High energy.
And speed to burn. Well, we'll see what Wolf does with Garrett Jones here. Goes right after him, and Jones sends one. Back is Edmonds, and he runs it down. Jim Edmonds over the shoulder, showing that Gold Glove form. And Randy Wolf and the Brewers are out of the inning. Pirates strand a pair. Classic Edmonds here. Saturday and Sunday morning, you can experience everything rock from fishing game, best weekend destinations as well. Fox Sports Wisconsin Outdoors, presented by Menards. That is Saturday, bright and early at 6 a.m.
That's my kind of show. I think I'll DVR it, though.
Watch it later. Yeah. Kataris in the air to right, playable for Garrett Jones. And Kataris is retired his first at-bat. Jones hit a line drive missile. Looked like it was headed to the wall, but Jim Edmonds able to run it down for the final out of the top of the third.
Jim Edmonds still has it. He plays relatively, doesn't play as shallow as he used to, but still relatively shallow out there. Able to go back. Nobody makes that over the shoulder catch any better than Edmonds. One of those guys that can take his eye off the baseball, pick it up again, and make a nice catch.
Saving Randy Wolf of a couple of earned runs. Wolf has swung the bat well this year when he's gotten the chance. He's 4 for 10 at the plate. He's actually scored 3 runs. And he yanks out, and that's a fair ball. That is going to bounce off the retaining wall. And here goes Randy Wolf to second. He is in there with a double. Base hit number 5 for the Brewer pitcher this year.
And right down the right field line, tucks it inside the first baseline, and an easy double for Wolf. Well, he missed his spot, did Jeff Carstens. Was supposed to be away. Left it middle in, and he ripped it down the line for a double. Boy, he can hit. Nice swing. Nice and easy. Looks like he knows what he's doing up there.
First extra base hit of the year. He also had a good base running move, reading that ball off the retaining wall that angles out toward the line. So Wolf is at second base. He's the tying run, and it's back to the top of the order in Ricky Weeks. That's the pitch that Weeks struck out on in the first inning. It's always fun to watch the adjustments, not just by the hitter, but by the pitcher. At bat to at bat, game to game, sometimes within the at bat.
Yeah. Well, the biggest adjustment really for a pitcher comes between the second and third at bat, second and third time through the lineup. If you're pitching well, ordinarily you're going to be able to get through the third time through. But hitters are, they're getting a good look at your pitches. They've been up there a couple of times. They have a pretty good idea what you're going to do. That's when a pitcher and a catcher really have to think about how you want to attack a hitter. You want to do the same thing 3 times in a row. Some guys can't make that adjustment.
I think he's thinking that I'm thinking that he's thinking this.
I know that you know that I know. It was the old Don Knotts thing.
That's right. And all the scouting that is done and all the video that these hitters have watched of Jeff Carstens comes into play. It's a lot of information to process. Some players don't like getting too deep into the video scouting. Some just like to remember what certain pitches look like, maybe release points.
Right. Know what he throws, how fast does he throw. Good hitters will tell you, I want to see his best fastball, and then I can adjust from there. Much easier to make an adjustment to off speed as opposed to try and speed your bat up. A lot easier to slow everything down than speed everything up.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Ricky Weeks, with Randy Wolf at second base. And a fastball flared. Easy play by Iwamura. And it's out number 2. He came back with the heater. A Rock Tonight's Carsoup.com email to booth question comes from Marie, Milwaukee native. How much time do the pitcher and catcher spend practicing together?
Well, during the season, they really don't what you would call practice. They get together a lot and talk about scouting reports, the things that we were just discussing, how they want to attack certain hitters, what you want to do in certain situations, what has been working for your pitcher that particular night. That's all going through the catcher's mind. I've always been a firm believer that it's the responsibility of the catchers to prepare a game plan. You get together with the pitcher, but I think the pitcher has enough on his plate to execute pitches. He shouldn't really have to, grind it out and work out that scouting report. That's the responsibility of the catcher.
Well, Craig Counsell, take you back to Washington, D.C. He had a couple of starts at shortstop in that series and delivered with his 3rd career grand slam. His first grand slam since the '97 season. Counsell with 7 RBIs on that 1 home run. This shows a good eye. 2 balls and a strike.
Now, getting back to that Ricky Weeks at bat, we talked about adjustments. Remember what Carstens did last time he had Ricky 2 strikes? Threw him the slow curveball, got him that time. He changed it up quite a bit by busting him inside with a fastball. So, indeed, Carstens and Domet, mixed it up pretty good that time.
Karstens behind Counsell, 2-1. Count evens at 2-2. Karstens looks like at this point, and we're early, just in the third inning, but he has good stuff. He's commanded everything. He's shown a pretty good changeup.
He's got good location. You can get by with 91 on the fastball when you can throw your other pitches for strikes and keep them down in the strike zone. It's when those other pitches aren't working for you that 91 all of a sudden becomes not enough.
Braun will be next if Counsell can reach. 2 outs with Wolf at second. And Counsell hits one hard to right. That ball is well hit, and it's off the base of the wall. Wolf will score. Counsell into second base with a double. All tied at 1 as Craig Counsell drives in his 8th of the year.
I don't know too many guys better than Craig Counsell at turning on fastballs by the Brewers on the Brewers roster. I mean, here's a guy pushing 40 years old. He gets a fastball middle in and literally rips it off that right field fence. You talked to Dale Swaim about what hitters handle the fastball better than others. Craig Counsell's on the top of his list. Craig Counsell, Casey McGee, those are 2 very good fastball hitters.
Counsell has 9 hits this year, already 5 doubles and a home run. And here's Braun now. Take you back to 09. Ryan Braun hit a home run off Jeff Karstens. This was in April of 09, about this time last year. And then Karstens drilled Ryan Braun. It knocked Ryan out for a game. That was that series where there were 6 hit batters in a 3-game stretch. And then fast forwarded to Pittsburgh. And Karstens was hit by a Chris Smith fastball. There was a little bench clearing altercation. Not much was going on except between Jason Kendall and the Pirate pitching coach, Joe Kerrigan, who was then later dubbed as Dan Kerwin by Jason Kendall.
Even more of an insult, right? I don't know your name.
There's a strike to Braun.
But to this
1-2.
But to this day, I couldn't figure out what provoked that beanball by Karstens. You saw the video there, the home run that Ryan hit. He didn't show him up. Hit the ball, he dropped his head, and he ran around the bases. Next time up, right between the shoulder blades. But back in Pittsburgh, the next series, Chris Smith drilled Karstens. Hit him with a pitch.
Karstens ended up being fined by Major League Baseball as Braun slices one to right. Garrett Jones makes the catch for the out. And the inning is over, but the Brewers score. Counsell with an RBI, and we're tied at 1. Bob Uecker is going to join us in the TV booth when we continue. Stay right there. Brewers all squared up, and we're pleased to be joined now, Mr. Baseball, the voice of the Brewers, Bob Uecker.
We're getting to be partners here.
I know it. You've had a whirlwind day today. How are you holding up today?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm looking forward to getting this thing done with, Brian, and getting back here and back to work. It's something that's been going on for quite a while, and now it's getting a little out of control. So they've decided to get in and get it done now rather than wait till after the season, which is okay with me.
Well, for those that are just joining our broadcast, Bob is going in for heart surgery on Friday and a press conference today, and something you guys have been monitoring, I think you said since last September.
Yep.
So this is not new news to you and something you've been preparing for.
Yep.
There's a bouncing ball over to Weeks. Nice play. Can he finish it off? Indeed, on a pick from Fielder. Well done. And one gone in this fourth inning.
Yeah, it started last year, and it's a problem a lot of people have, but mine's just getting worse. I mean, there's a lot of people that have murmurs and little heart problems that, they monitor them and everything's okay. But over the last few months and I guess, since spring training before that, this thing has gotten a little out of control, as I said. So I'm looking forward to getting it fixed. I really am. I've got a great team of heart people, and folks out at Freighter are outstanding out there. And I'll be going in Friday morning, and I'm not worried about it. I'm really not.
Right.
It's something that has to be done, Rock. You know that.
Yeah, as this thing has gone on, you said you kind of found out about it in September. How do you feel? I mean,
I feel
look
good.
Great.
That's the
You're
problem.
in great shape.
Well, I always look good. I mean, I don't want to, come on. Come on.
Do you feel different as from
No,
now till
that's the
September?
problem.
Yeah.
No, that's what is so weird. I feel good, but I'm glad they found it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've been lucky a couple of times, and it's when you get to a certain point in your life, I mean, there's no looking back. I mean, you got to get it done. So, but I'll you know what? I'll miss all this for sure. I'll be gone. They tell me 10 to 12 weeks. I don't know if that's true. I'm gonna I'll try to hustle it up a little bit, but. Once I get it done and get into therapy and everything else, I'll be okay.
That was interesting. You were talking at the press conference about the last time you had heart surgery back in '91.
Yeah.
Had it not been for you throwing batting practice every day, you might never have known about the problem that you had.
And you know what happens with aneurysms? You don't get much of a chance if they blow on you. And I was throwing batting practice. You were here.
There's a high fly ball. That is trouble if it's fair, and it is fair, and it's a home run for Clement. So a 2-1 Pirates lead as Clement belts his third home run of the year. Now that baseball is coming back.
Yeah, they're throwing batting practice, and the aneurysm that I had at that time, Rock, was it got so big that it was touching the spine and giving me back problems, and it got to a point where I couldn't throw anymore, and they finally did an MRI. And I'm not trying to bring the broadcast down or anything. These are just things that happened. They found that, and it was another lucky break, where some people don't get that. They don't get that opportunity.
Yeah, the point is, I mean, you found out about this before you actually had symptoms,
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. I went in there for something else, and they found this. So it was a little diabetes problem, but that was nothing. There was nothing there, and then all of a sudden they found this thing. So yeah, I'm lucky.
Well, we showed a number of these images, these fans. There's a lot of signs out.
I wrote those
in the ball.
I wrote
you
those,
spent all day putting that together, and you did a nice job.
I gave the people a hold up.
And I know we try to keep things light here, but it has to mean a great deal. You've been overrun with fan support, for most of your career, especially on this side of the fence. But today had to be something for you to see that, and to see that media room with all those players in there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, and Rock knows this. He was, he's a member of that select group that played, ex-players, and when you're accepted and they treat you like one of the guys, and you have access to a lot of things that other people don't, and I'm not bragging about it, I'm just saying, you're a part of the team. You really are a part of the team, and they treat you that way. And I mean, Rocky's over here as an analyst, color guy, and he knows what's going on down there. And I have that same feeling that when you get into the clubhouse, win, lose, or draw, you know what it's like. Losing streaks, what the Pirates are going through now. You know what it's like to sit there and get your brains beat out by the media and everything else. It's hard. And we also, you know, I've been fortunate enough to be on a World's Championship team in 1964. Not that I was that much of a factor, but a lot of guys never experienced that. And when yesterday I had a meeting today with the players. I was in the clubhouse today and told them what was going to go on. And you know, they're like family with support, and that's a privilege that not all of us have, but some of us do.
Well, and I know that, you know, a press conference is not exactly what you're looking for, but to do that and to make it public domain, it allows all of us to continue to do our jobs. It allows the players to do their jobs. And even in this moment, you're thinking about the rest of us and the rest of the players. And you have a job to do as well. You went right back to work today. You've known about this, and that you wanted to keep things kind of on the normal.
Well, I always think other people have bigger problems than I do. You know, there's a lot of people that are a lot worse off. And, you know, I have a great team of physicians. Alfred Nicolosi is the guy that's going to do the surgery, and I'm happy. I'm content with that. And Jim Kletchka, who's out here today, you guys were down there, and you guys are as good as you can get. You know, so there's nothing else you can do, and you get it done and get back here and work. You know,
I wouldn't mind recreating that moment you had in the '90s when we put a phone in your hands. You call the broadcast. We could just have you. No, there's a little bit of a delay on television, but maybe we could just pipe you right into the telecast.
I'll be watching. Don't worry about that, man. You know, I look forward every day. I don't care. I hate losing. I really do. I know you guys do too. Yeah. But you know, you can't go to bed at night. You go home. You have to really unwind. If you lose a tough game, it kills you. It kills me. And I know that's going to be a big problem, that I can't, you know, be with you guys on the road. And I mean, as soon as I'm able to get back here, and when you heard the doctor today, they're going to kind of watch me this time, because I kind of sneak around, you know. But I'm coming out here as soon as I can. I really am.
Bouncing ball in the hole. Counsell, nice play. Can he finish it off? And he can. Two outstanding plays by Brewer infielders. Well, Bob, we wish you the best. Look, I've seen the healing hands of God, man, and it's all over you. I mean, we're really praying for you, and good luck to your surgery.
Thank you, pal. You bet. Rocky and Brian, you bet. I'll see you guys down the road.
Okay, thanks, Bob. Bob Uecker. Appreciate him joining us today. Prince Fielder leads the way for the Crew as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. 2-1 now. Pirates have the lead on a Jeff Clement home run. Pirates got a run in the second. Iwamura with a sac fly, and then Clement belted one deep to right off Randy Wolf. And Fielder leading off into the shift right to the third baseman LaRoche, who was out there in the shortstop position. And Prince is retired. Good to have Bob Uecker up here, and great to get him off on the right foot. As it's time now for our Brewers crew in the community. Change for the Children. Brewers Community Foundation has implemented the Change for Children program at Miller Park. More than 100 canisters will be placed at concession and retail points of sale around the ballpark, and Brewers encourage fans to donate their spare change to benefit the foundation's charitable causes.
Yeah, you're right. What a man. I mean, all that he is facing and the things that he's gone through already in the offseason and through spring training, minimizes everything, makes a joke about it. I love the way he started the press conference today. Told everybody that the Brewers were announcing that he was going to be added to the roster.
That kind of set the tone.
That's
for
the way he is,
the
though.
room.
That's the way he is. He doesn't like talking to himself. He doesn't like drawing attention to himself. And it's all about Brewer baseball. And we're going to miss him. I'll tell you, I really miss him on the road. And the day really doesn't start until Uecker steps onto that bus, sits in that seat right behind the driver, and starts telling jokes no matter what's going on, whether the Brewers are winning and losing. And he'll be back. Got to believe that he's going to be back quicker than they think. Try keeping him away.
Well, 2 gone here in this 4th inning as Karstens picks up his second strikeout.
Yeah, that ball right down the middle of the plate. And the fact that he's able to command his breaking pitches and his off-speed pitches is why he's able to throw that 91-mile-an-hour fastball right by Casey McGee. In the back of everybody's mind for these Brewers, they're thinking off-speed.
Edmonds laces one to center. That's down for a base hit. McCutchen plays it off the legs to keep Edmonds to a single. If that gets by McCutchen, Edmonds is off to the races. So Jim Edmonds with his first hit.
That first pitch fastball, a little bit different when you're ahead in the count or first pitch trying to throw that fastball in that location. You get into 2 strike counts, and Karstens may be able to get away with that fastball.
So the Brewers with a 2-out base runner, and here's Corey Hart. 2-1 Pirates in the bottom of the 4th. Courtesy check on Edmonds. Hart rolled into a double play his last time up. And a breaking ball strike from Karstens. Hart came in batting .277 for the year. A couple of home runs. 10 runs driven in. Hart was on base 3 times last night, part of that 17-3 Brewer victory over the Pirates. Corey scored twice. He drove in a run, walked twice, had a good day offensively.
Corey off to a decent start after a dreadful spring training. Spring training numbers don't mean much.
The start of the year, Hart was, I wouldn't call it controversy, but there was certainly some talk about how much he would play. Jim Edmonds was the opening day starter in right field.
That was a big surprise, I thought. I think everybody figured it was going to be a foregone conclusion that Corey was going to be the starting right fielder on opening day. That wasn't the case.
So here's Jim Edmonds, who is a non-roster invitee. And not only does he make the club, but because of the pitching situation, a dominant right-hander in Ubaldo Jimenez on opening day. Ken Maka had made up his mind that Edmonds is going to bat against right-handed pitching, opening day or not. So that's what caused a bit of a stir. Hart was an all-star 2 years ago. trying to get that form back. Edmonds takes off.
That's a balk.
And he's going to be in a rundown here. It's called. That's right. The first base umpire, DJ Rayburn, saw it all the way.
Yep.
He couldn't get anybody's attention, but he called it quickly.
Yeah, he spun around like he was going to go to first base. You got to step off and then spin. That was clearly a balk from the beginning. Check it out. He doesn't step off. You got to step off the pitching rubber in this situation. It takes him an awfully long time to figure out that Edmonds has taken off. Watch him spin around. You can't do that. That's a balk. You got to step off and then turn and throw. DJ Rayburn right on it.
So Edmonds balked to second. A frustrated Pirate manager. Now the Brewers can tie it up. As Corey Hart strikes out. That curveball's been good tonight for Karstens. 2-1 Pirates on our way to the 5th inning.
Park, Pirates took a 1-0 lead until Craig Counsell knocked one off the right field fence to tie it off, scoring Randy Wolf. It was tied at 1 until Jeff Clement took a curveball deep out there into right field. They give him the 2-1 lead. Good defense out here. Jim Edmonds, Ricky Weeks, and Craig Counsell.
2-1 Pirates as we head to the 5th inning, and Randy Wolf back on the mound. And the ever-growing Wolf Pack starting to convene here at Miller Park when Randy pitches. Just moments ago, they had a little moment. They on the big scoreboard announced a get well Bob Uecker, and really a touching moment as everybody in the house here at Miller Park was on their feet, standing ovation, all looking back to the press box and paying their respects to Bob. He will be broadcasting the game tomorrow on the radio, Brewers Radio Network, and then the surgery to repair an aortic valve is Friday. Very serious surgery, but optimistic these surgeons are.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Corey Provis and our own Davey Nelson will take over the radio duties on the Brewers Radio Network.
We lose another one. Just falling like flies. Guys over at the Bradley Center. We're running out of people.
The bench is a little thin, you're saying. Corey is going to call all 9 innings of play-by-play for those of you who care. Kent Sommerfeld will still be there back in the back, but Corey will call all 9 of play-by-play, and Davey will join him as an analyst. And then those two will do the pre- and the post-game show for this next road trip. As McCutcheon flies to Braun in the left field for out number 1. How about our trivia tonight? It's brought to you by AT&T, and on this date in 2004, it was the last time a Brewer hit for the cycle. And who was it?
I was here for it.
Well, give me a hint. It was a catcher.
Right.
Andy LaRoche, 2 for 2 tonight against Randy Wolf. A couple of singles. Younger brother of Adam LaRoche, now with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Signed a free agent deal with the D-backs. And a legacy. Their father, Dave LaRoche, is a big league pitcher.
Yeah. The owner of the LaLob.
LaRoche's LaLob.
Gorman Thomas's nemesis.
Is that kind of a, was it an ephus pitch or more of a Randy Wolf?
It was
gravity
a
ball?
big old wasn't ephus. It was 20 feet up in the air.
Oh.
10, 15, 20 feet. Got Gorman on a big strikeout. That was in Yankee Stadium.
There's another base hit by LaRoche. My goodness. All of these hits are singles. But his batting average skyrocketing here. He came in batting .350, and he has 3 hits tonight.
And nobody can get him out. Pirates would like to see a couple of these base hits maybe sail over the fence. They're counting on Andy LaRoche to provide some power, but until he does, they'll take the base hits.
LaRoche has 11 hits in his last 16 at-bats. These are like softball numbers, speaking of LaLob. And there's a base hit to right by Millage. So the Buccos swinging the bats here tonight, already with 7 hits against Randy Wolf, and 2 men aboard with 1 out.
So the story goes, Dave LaRoche got Gorman on the LaLob. Gorman went out to center field. He caught a fly ball and threw a big lob ball back into the infield. Kind of in protest. Do me a favor, just don't ask Gorman about that LaLob. He gets a little upset.
They don't call him Big Spike for nothing, right?
Yep.
Kind of his own demonstration. Randy Wolf has a kind of a lob pitch. Not Dave LaRoche style, but a sweeping curveball that is about 10 miles an hour slower than his regular curveball.
Right.
It's a changeup curveball. It's a churn.
Add about another 10 feet of elevation and you have the LaLob.
Okay. Didn't Rip Sewell used to throw the ephus pitch like that?
I think it was him.
He'd throw it up in the air. Uecker would know that. Probably caught it. Wolf's given up a lot of hits through the first 4 1/3. 7 Pirate hits, and they lead 2-1. A fastball by Garrett Jones.
I remember that start against the Pirates back in Pittsburgh. 6 shutout innings, but the Pirates had base runners on in every inning. Was Wolf able to get himself out of trouble?
Last time up, Jones hit a line drive missile out to Edmonds in center. Edmonds made a great over-the-shoulder catch. And that one's going out to Edmonds. Easy play this time. The runners don't tag. And Wolf has 2 outs. And Garrett Jones is 0 for 3 tonight. And he has stranded 5 runners on base in this game. He's their big bopper.
Yeah, middle of the lineup have 3 left-handers and a switch hitter. Domit, the catcher, the switch hitter, but unusual to stack your left-handers like that against left-handed pitchers right in the middle of your lineup. Unfortunately, one of the left-handers hit the home run.
That was Jeff Clement back in the 4th. Here's Domit now. Pittsburgh's 5-hitter with 2 on and 2 out. Domit doubled in the 2nd. He jumped on Randy Wolf early in the count, and then he grounded out to Weeks in the 4th, but he hit a pretty hot shot over there that Weeks made a nice play. 3 straight breaking balls from Randy Wolf.
Yeah, took a little off that last one. 2 sliders and then took a little off of one and got the strike call. Remember Doman last time up on a 1-0 count. Took a fastball right up back through the middle for a base hit.
2 Pirates on base. Count even at 2-2. Good pitch by Wolf. Gets him back in the count. Pittsburgh has stranded 4 runners tonight through the first 4 innings. Wolf would like to add 2 more to that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Broken bat, line drive foul in the seats. That's how strong he is. Doman has big power. Hasn't shown it much though. At least not yet. He had wrist surgery last year. Knocked him out for a couple of months.
You're not going to see a lot of home run power when you look at the statistics for the Pirates because of the ballpark that they play in. Except for straightaway right field, it's takes a bolt to get it out of that ballpark.
And they'll ask if he went. Yes, he did. Doman strikes out as Randy Wolf strands a couple of base runners once again. Up and down a run as you look from on high here at Miller Park. Our man Jesse is way up there tonight at Bernie Slide. George Kataris leads off, getting a start here tonight. Kataris belted his first National League home run in Pittsburgh last Thursday. That was part of that 20-0 Brewer win. As Kataris pops this one up, Jeff Clement will make the catch for out number 1. Clement hit the home run that has the Pirates on top at this point. And Jeff Karstens is pitching well. Has 3 strikeouts.
Well, tonight's time of the game winner is Crowley's Irish Water Pub and Grill in 3 Lakes. They call the Brewers in the next 24 hours at 902-4572. They get 40 Miller Lite beer pen tickets to a Brewers home game this year. This offer courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and our good friends at Miller Lite.
Another good cut by Randy Wolf, who doubled his last time up, his first extra base hit of the year. Randy Wolf is batting .455, and he leads the hit total by starting pitchers. Although Gallardo had a big night last night. Wolf does it again. Man, oh man, this guy can swing it. 2 more hits by Brewer pitching tonight, and Randy Wolf is 2 for 2.
Yep, Gallardo with a couple yesterday, a big 2-out double to score a couple of runs in last night's ball game. Well, Randy Wolf pulled one down the right field line his first time up, and he shows you he can take it the other way. Fastball up, dumps it into left. Just like he was looking to. He's something else. Good athlete, Randy Wolf.
He is a 185 career hitter. Does have 5 career home runs. 2 hits tonight. Turns the lineup over. Now Ricky Weeks for the 3rd time against Karstens.
Hitting's not that easy. 4 hits and 2 starts.
The pitchers, the starting pitchers, Rock, have not been retired in this series. Gallardo was on base all 3 times at the plate yesterday. 2 hits and a walk and 3 RBIs. And Wolf is 2 for 2 tonight. Karstens has had Weeks' number tonight. Struck him out in the first, got him to pop up in the 3rd. And really did a nice job setting up Ricky Weeks on both occasions.
Curveball the first time, a fastball in on his hands the second time.
Popped him up again. Foul territory for Clement. 2 outs. AT&T trivia on this date in 04. Who was the last time a Brewer hit for the cycle? We want to know who was it. Who was he? Chad Mueller against the Cincinnati Reds, the Brewer catcher with a cycle that night. Jim Edmonds was close to a cycle in Pittsburgh. He was a triple away and actually hit one in the gap in his final at bat. And if it stays in the ballpark, it bounced up and over the wall for a ground rule double. If it stays in, an easy triple for Edmonds, and he would have hit for the cycle.
Chad Mueller went to spring training with the Orioles this year and got released.
On the ground to short, Cedeno will take it himself to the bag, and that's the inning. So Karstens has had base runners in every inning, but continues to strand them. 2-1 Pirates. Fox Sports Wisconsin is presented by the Wisconsin Lottery and its family of instant scratch games. Odds are you'll like them. By AirTran. Go. There's nothing stopping you. And by GMC, we are professional grade. And this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Brewers and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent of the Brewers. Pittsburgh 2, Milwaukee 1. We head to the 6th. Beautiful Miller Park on a Tuesday night. Cool temperatures outside. Temperature dipping down into the 40s outside Miller Park, but the roof is closed and it is nice and comfortable inside. Randy Wolf has surrendered 7 hits. There's a line shot to center. Edmonds is on the run and he won't catch up to this one. Jeff Clement, another extra base hit for the Pirates tonight. Clement with a double. He homered in the 4th to give the Pirates the lead.
He had 2 doubles and a home run of the 8 hits so far for Pittsburgh. And Jeff Clement, the left-hander, doing a number on Randy Wolf. Got one out over the plate that time. Jim Edmonds, as we talked about, plays relatively shallow in center. Not able to grab that one. So the second time the Pirates have had their leadoff hitter on.
Last time it was the second when Domet doubled and he scored the first run. Wolf has managed to strand 6 Pirates on base. Although the Pirates have 8 hits at this point, Wolf has been able to pitch out of 3 jams, 2 significant jams with runners at second and third and just 1 out. Aki Iwamura had a sac fly and an RBI in the 2nd inning.
Just trying to get the base runner over to third base with less than 2 outs. Maybe a drag bunt, not sure. Kind of situation that the Pirates this year are going to have to take advantage of. Lead off doubles, get them over, get them in. So far tonight, Pirates 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. That's how they're going to have to score most of their runs this year.
And most of those at bats coming through the middle of their order as well. They're big hitters. Swing and a miss. Down goes Iwamura. That's a big out for Randy Wolf. Iwamura unable to advance the base runner, and it's Randy Wolf's second, making his 3rd strikeout.
Yeah, with the pitcher in that number 8 spot, I think that Iwamura's job a little bit different than it normally would be. I mean, normally you just kind of give yourself up and try to get him over to third base, but with the pitcher up, you always have to try to drive him in. Not much of a chance to have your pitcher driving a run. We don't expect him to drive him in with a man at third and less than 2.
So 4 strikeouts for Randy Wolf. And Karsten's the pitcher up there. He dropped down a sacrifice bunt in his last time. Thought he had drawn a walk in the 2nd, but was rung up by Sam Holbrook. Karsten's ahead of the count 2-0. There's a strike. There just seems to be a psychological barrier when, in a National League anyway, when the pitcher bats 8th. Real or imagined, it exists.
We saw it a couple of years ago when the Brewers were hitting their pitcher 8th. It was kind of a rally killer in the 2nd inning.
Yeah.
You get something going, you've got 1 or 2 outs, you know, you got the pitcher coming up there, and he's just about as automatic an out as there is. I mean, there are occasions like with Randy Wolf and Giovanni Gallardo, Zambrano, those kind of guys, that they can swing the bats a little bit, but you know, that whole pitcher batting 8 thing just doesn't work.
Two and 2 the count. Bouncer to Wolf, and he fires to second, and they're going to get the runner. Randy Wolf, a heads-up play, some kind of athleticism by the Brewer pitcher. Counsell was right there for him, and they cut down the lead runner. That was something special right there.
It's like having another middle infielder out there with Randy Wolf on the mound, able to snare it, and watch how quickly he spins around and throws a strike to Craig Counsell. I mean, almost as if he was anticipating it, and they're able to get the out easily.
Well, that was big league execution by Counsell and Wolf. And 2 outs. And here's Cedeno, who lines one foul. Just sliced it.
You know, the advantage that you have with your middle infielders when you have the pitcher up there at the plate. You notice where Craig Counsell was positioned up the middle, not figuring Carson was going to pull the baseball. In an ordinary configuration, it would have been that easy.
That play could have no hesitation in order to work, and Wolf fired a strike to Counsell right away, put it right on the bag.
That's just good instincts, and that's knowing exactly what you're going to do with the baseball when you get it. That's something you think about. Anticipate. What am I going to do with the baseball if it's hit to me?
No balls and 2 strikes on Cedeno. Tried a fastball and he missed.
Watch Randy Wolf, the way he squares his shoulders after he gets rid of it. He's another fielder. Spins around, checking the runner. He's not anticipating making the throw, but he saw that Clement was too far off the bag, and Counsell right there for it.
Into right. Corey Hart is back, and he's got it for the out. The inning is over. Randy Wolf impressive in the 6th. And here come the big boys. Ryan Braun will lead off when we come back. Then Fielder, then McGee. The Brewers down a run. Double and an RBI in the 3rd inning. That tied the game, but Jeff Clement untied it with a home run. Randy Wolf since then has been good, not just on the mound, but at the plate where he has 2 hits, including a double, and a nifty defensive play in the top of this frame. Randy Wolf hanging tough, grinding away. He is trailing 2-1. Our Cousin Subs game reset. Pirates lead it as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Randy Wolf is through 6 innings, just 2 earned runs. But at this point, Jeff Karstens has outpitched Randy Wolf.
A pitcher's duel here at Miller Park. How about that? When's the last time we've seen one of those?
It's been a while. Especially after some lopsided affairs between these 2 clubs. Ryan Braun, a little cue shot off the end of the bat, and he's out on the first pitch from Karstens. What's interesting about the Pirates this year, they've lost 12 games. And speaking of the close games, they haven't had many. In their 12 losses, 10 of them have been by 6 runs or more.
Wow.
So when they lose, they're getting blown out, at least in 10 of the 12 losses this season. And they're sitting on a 7-game losing streak. The Brewers have won 22 consecutive games against the Pirates here at Miller Park. A streak they'd like to keep alive here tonight with a comeback victory.
Now you wonder what's worse. I mean, psychologically, losing 20-0 or losing a lead in the ninth. You know, a heartbreaking loss. Sometimes you'd rather lose big than lose like that. I guess not 20-0 though.
Yeah, you don't want to lose 17-3 or 20-0. That's a little extreme. But I get your point.
Right. Yeah, you know what I mean.
I see what you're saying.
I mean, you can brush those off pretty easy, but if they keep mounting up one night after the other, I think it's a bit different.
See if Fielder has the green light, 3-0. He does, and he's late. He fouls it away. That's a pretty good testament to Karsten's fastball. It's only, between 88 and 91, but he's got a little something on there that's getting past the hitters.
Out of the zone. 90 miles an hour out of the zone, up in the strike zone.
And Fielder draws the walk. So a 1-out walk for Fielder, and that sets the stage for Casey McGee. Tying run is aboard. McGee struck out his last time up. He walked in the second inning. Sitting 2 RBIs off the National League lead. His teammate Ryan Braun has 20 RBIs. He's tied for first. Casey down the line, hooking foul in the seats. McGee belted his 5th home run of the year last night, and he and Braun on our Powerball home run leaderboard lead the club right now.
I think the Brewers going up there looking off speed early in the count. That's the second time this inning that a Brewer has attacked first pitch curveball. Ryan Braun out in front of one. That time Casey hooked it foul.
Had a good cut, knocked the umpire's mask off.
Good to see the old conventional mask back there. Bingo. Wake up call. That's why you have a mask. Whoever invented the catcher's mask.
That's right.
I like that guy.
Yeah, that guy saved a few careers.
Way back when they didn't have masks.
Right.
That's when you could literally call it the tools of ignorance.
Back when they call it the hind catcher.
Right, bingo.
I mean, if you go way back, the catcher used to stand at the fence.
Way back.
He'd wait for the ball to stop rolling, and then he'd pick it up and throw it back. He didn't need a mask then. It was like your first year in the league.
Yeah, okay.
Sam Holbrook wearing the umpire's tools of ignorance tonight. Tools of brilliance when it's for the umpires, right?
Right.
McGee down in the hole, 1-2. Fielder at first, and Casey cuts through. Chased a fastball upstairs, and McGee is Karsten's 4th strikeout victim.
Well, up about shoulder high. Casey just couldn't hold up. Carstens has done a pretty good job keeping the fastball away from the middle of the plate in fastball counts.
Here's a guy who had an earned run average of 7.31 down in AAA Indianapolis. And a 1-2 record, and he is pitching well here tonight. Jim Edmonds singled off Karstens his last time up. His lone home run of the year came against Pittsburgh last Thursday. First career home run as a Brewer. 2-0.
Edmonds has shown incredible opposite field power this year. Throughout his career, he's always been a good opposite field hitter. Many of his home runs have come to left field, but after missing a season, you would figure it'd take him a while to get that opposite field stroke. But it hasn't.
We saw Fielder swing away at a 3-0 pitch earlier. Edmonds takes ball 4. 2 walks in the inning. 2 outs, and here comes Corey Hart. The Brewers put the tying run in scoring position.
Took a little off the sinker, just off the outside corner. Tried to get him to chase, he didn't.
Ken Maka is looking for someone to give him a big hit. The Brewers have had a runner at second base in each of the last 4 innings. And in 5 of the 6 innings tonight. There's a curveball strike. So they've had their chances.
A lot of first pitch breaking pitches for Jeff Karstens. That one, a slider, catching the inside corner.
0-2. Counsell has the only hit with a runner at scoring position. Counsell doubled in Randy Wolf in the 3rd inning. That's the only Brewer run. Fielder at second, Edmonds at first. 0-2 the count on Hart. And he hits that one hard to right. Backing up is Jones, and he's got it. Just shy of the wall. Corey Hart almost. 2 Brewers left on base. The Pirates still lead it 2-1. Ounces of that great Pilsner taste. And by Toyota. Thank you for standing by us. For more information, visit buyatoyota.com. Back at Miller Park in Milwaukee. And the day started with the news of heart surgery for Bob Uecker. Here's what's coming up here the rest of the week. We're on Fox Sports Wisconsin the rest of the week. Final game of the series is tomorrow. It's a matinee, 11:30 for Brewers Live. The Bucks will be on tomorrow night. And then we head to San Diego to start a 4-game series at Petco Park against the Padres. So baseball in the afternoon tomorrow, basketball at night. I believe the Bucks Live pregame starts at 6:30.
San Diego in a tie for first in the West with San Francisco. Off to a good start, 7-2 at home.
Padres at one point ripped off 8 straight wins. That was snapped 2 days ago. Padres are going to send up a couple of left-handers to start that series. Wade LeBlanc and Clayton Richard in the first 2 games. So it'll be 3 straight left-handers the Brewers will face.
Yeah, Brewers saw Clayton Richard last year in his first start. Major League start coming over from the White Sox.
That was that trade for Jake Peavy. It's been a run of left-handers. 4 left-handed pitchers in a 5-game stretch. Paul Mahalem, a lefty, will pitch tomorrow against Chris Narveson. Well, a pivot inning for Randy Wolf. Joe Kerrigan works the phone to his bullpen. Wolf trying to get through the 7th and stay in it. As Ryan Braun is over and he makes a catch. On wobbly knees, Ryan Braun hauls it in. The ball had a little more carry on it than he thought. Now, replay fueled by Gatorade returns with an all-new season. High school teammates reunite 11 years later in Hockeytown. Follow the journey of Catholic Central versus Trenton. Replay theseries.com for more information. Andy LaRoche into left, and they finally retire Andy LaRoche.
That's how you get him out, make him hit the ball in the air. Right on it, though. What was it? First pitch fastball? Yes. Do not pass go. Never met a fastball they didn't like, these Pirates.
First time Wolf has retired LaRoche. Hammerhead is the right-hander. Javi Lopez is the lefty. And Lastings Milledge taking a mighty cut.
How about that? 66 miles an hour.
That's the curve. The change curve.
Yeah.
Been pretty efficient tonight. That 4th inning, a 20-pitch inning, gave up the home run. That is the difference in the game. Jeff Clement homered off Wolf with 1 out in the 4th.
Probably going to be his last inning. Due up second.
That's well hit to right center. Corey Hart is closing, and he's got it for the out. The line drive out. It's Randy Wolf, and 3 up, 3 down, 7. See if the Brewers can give him some offense.
Due up, second outstanding pitching, although he trails in this game 2-1. Jerry Augustine, as we get set for Brewers Live. How about this? A home run to tie the game up by Kataris. Ryan and Bill take it away for a moment.
Right on cue, George Kataris with his first Miller Park home run. And a quick strike, and if you're Ken Maka, you couldn't have asked for a better moment to hit that home run.
My first pitch fastball, and Kataris able to get the bat head out on one way back up there in the Miller Lite beer pen area. Wow. Well, when he hits them, they stay hit. He hits them a long way.
Tie game, and that allows Randy Wolf to bat. It'll pop up, and the shortstop Cedeno makes a catch for the out. It looked like Randy Wolf was going to hit anyway, but now in a tie game, you knew he was going to hit. Kataris has 2 home runs this year. Both have come against the Pirates, and they have both been bombs.
That was well hit. Second deck and right.
George has his parents here tonight from Toronto, so not only do they get to see him catch, they get to see him hit a home run. That's got to be a thrill for him.
Yeah, and Ken Maka very pleased that the Brewers able to tie the game, able to keep Randy Wolf in the game. And talking to Ken Maka before today's game, said, I need a long start today. Yo went 6 yesterday through a lot of pitches. Randy Wolf's pitch count is in very good shape.
Only Gallardo and Bush have gone 7 innings this year. So with 1 more out, Wolf will have the longest outing of the year. A bouncer backhanded by Iwamura. Nice play for the out. And 2 gone. Let's send it back over to Craig and Jerry before they were so rudely interrupted by George Kataris. What's going on after the game there?
Hey, we'll take that any day. You know that. Let's talk a little bit, though, about Randy Wolf. He's likely headed back out there, Jerry. What have you liked?
Well, so far he's done exactly what we talked about early in the game. He's pounding the strike zone, controlling the strike zone, and getting out of innings early. He's got a low pitch count yet, so he's pitching effectively. Why not send him back out?
Well, Jerry's salivating, ready to talk about pitching in our post-game report. Of course, he's going to be with us for quite the duration coming up as Davey Nelson goes radio side now, filling in for Uecker, starting on a good stretch coming up here. So looking forward to Brewers Live post-game here on Fox Sports Wisconsin, guys.
All right, Craig, Jerry, thanks a lot. 2 outs in the inning. And here is Craig Counsell now. This game is all tied on a Kataris home run.
Was it last year or the year before? Every time a Sibby went to Craig, somebody hit a home run.
That's right. That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
I remember that. It seemed like, it happened.
Need a home run, get a hit from Craig.
Exactly. And then I think there's a couple of occasions we would let Craig come on in the top of the inning, and then that was bad luck.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
Because then the opposition started hitting home runs.
Used to call him instant offense.
That's right. Just throw it to Craig if you want to get back into the game. He has that effect on people. I wouldn't be opposed to throwing it down to him right now, actually.
Either with Craig Counsell.
3 balls, 1 strike. Counsell lifts one in the air to right. That is going to hook foul. He just got out ahead of one. Even at 39 years of age, Counsell has to slow his swing down somewhat on an 89-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, I'll tell you, he can pull anything. He's very good early in the count, pulling the baseball. He gets the count in his favor. Very rarely gets jammed when he has the count in his favor. He gets that fastball.
Born in South Bend, raised in Milwaukee. Played his college ball at South Bend, Notre Dame. Fielder's ready to hit. Counsell pulls another one foul. Another fastball from Karstens. Counsell doubled in a run in the 3rd inning. He and Braun need to reach for Prince to get an at-bat. And Counsell takes care of half of that. A 2-out walk. here comes John Russell, the Pirate manager. He is making a quick call to the bullpen. Karstens pitched well tonight. You got to give him credit. He was struggling down in AAA, but a terrific performance tonight for Pittsburgh. An encouraging performance. But he will exit in jeopardy of losing. Karstens is out. Braun is coming up. We'll set up the new pitcher when we come back.
Some news and notes from around the world of baseball. Of course, the big news here at Miller Park, Bob Uecker will have heart surgery on Friday. He'll miss 10 to 12 weeks. Also, a tough day for the Andersons. Brian Anderson sent to Memphis, and Brett Anderson placed on the DL with an arm injury. BA, I don't know, man. It could be bad luck for you.
I hope it stops right there. I don't know about that. Bad day for the son of Ander. I'll stay out of that one.
Son of Ander.
So here's Ryan Braun now. And the Brewers in a tie game. Counsell over at first base. Joel Hanrahan is the Pirate reliever after Jeff Karstens goes 6 2/3, 6 hits, and 2 runs allowed.
Hanrahan with an outstanding appearance in last night's ball game. 3 up, 3 down, all 3 of them strikeouts. And he struck out the 1 through 3 hitters for the Brewers. Showed a good slider last night. Ryan Braun, one of his strikeout victims.
And there was that good slider from Hanrahan. 7th appearance for this Pirate hurler out of the bullpen. Brewers are where they want to be in their batting order. Go ahead and run over at first. Braun at the plate. Fielder is next if Braun can reach. Yeah, good play back there by Doman. Those are little things, but they can really pay off. That play by Doman won't show up anywhere on a box score, but he keeps Counsell out of scoring position by keeping it in front.
Well, you just soften up the chest and you keep that glove down in front of the 5 hole. You keep the webbing of the glove in the dirt. Did it nicely. Counsell looked like he wanted to run there. Look out. Brewers have on occasion tonight just barely gotten back to first base.
Couple of close calls over there. This is an ideal hit and run count. At 2 balls and a strike. Let's see if there's any action on.
You're Ryan Braun. You have to figure it's going to be the slider. Hanrahan made him look bad last night on the slider. He got a strike on Ryan with a slider in this at bat. Seems to be his best pitch.
And a foul tip. Braun trying to hold up, and it's going to be a minute for Ryan Dolman. Oh, man.
Yeah. Unless you experience that, you have no idea what it feels like.
Time heals all wounds.
And we get a Fox Tracks on that.
And then do the...
Yeah, okay.
No, never mind.
Yeah, bing, bing. Okay. Pinball machine.
No. George Kataras knows what he's going through.
And it goes away. It takes some time. It'll go away.
You get laughed at a little bit. A little drink of water, maybe. And, speaking of experience with protective cups, let's check in with Drew Olson.
Well, BA, have an update from the Florida State League. Chris Capuano, the Brewers left-hander, coming back from his second Tommy John surgery, made a start for Brevard County, the Brewers Class A affiliate tonight. 5 scoreless innings, 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, and he got the victory, 3-0 at Clearwater. Capuano's going to make maybe two more starts at Class A, and then they hope to move him up to Nashville. And, you know, since he won 18 games in 2005, a lot of Brewers fans still pulling for him to come back.
Oh, sure. He's a great guy. That is a great report. We appreciate that, Drew. Good for Chris Capuano.
2 Tommy John surgeries. Not many come back from that.
Counsell takes off, and Braun right back to the mound, and the side is retired. So Hanrahan gets out of it, but George Herman Kataras ties it up for the Brewers. A 7th inning home run. We head to the 8th.
I'm Kate Bilo for AccuWeather.com. The Pirates in town tomorrow taking on the Brewers. Coverage begins at 11:30 a.m. It'll be sunny but still cool. First pitch temperature 53 degrees. Through the course of the game, winds becoming southeasterly 7 to 14 miles per hour.
All right, Kate, thanks a lot. Final game of the series tomorrow as the Brewers wrap it up with the Pirates. Good game going tonight. All tied at 2 as Garrett Jones gets under 1. Jim Edmonds makes the catch, and 1 pitch and 1 out for Randy Wolf, who's back out there for his 8th inning. And now this is the longest start of the year by Milwaukee Brewer.
Only 103 pitches. Outstanding job by Randy Wolf.
The kind of game Rick Peterson's been waiting for. And you got to give Wolf a lot of credit. he really battled his way through the first half of this game, stranding 7 base runners. Twice he was on the ropes with 2 on and 1 out. He got out of that mess in the 3rd and got out of one in the 5th, and he got out of it by going through the middle of the Pirates order in those innings. There's a little flare. That's going to fall for a base hit by Doman.
And these guys just hack at fastballs. 2 pitches in the inning and out in a base hit. They don't mess around. That's one of the reasons why Randy Wolf's pitch count is so low right now. A lot of early outs and or base hits. Big curveball that time by Randy Wolf, and Jeff Clement able to get it inside that foul pole. Fastball over the head of Edmonds. Clement's done some damage here tonight. I mean, he's swinging the bat well against a left-handed pitcher.
That was his double last time up that came on the first pitch, and Wolf sneaks one on the outside corner. Clement came up as a catcher in the Mariners organization. Was a highly touted catcher, a former first rounder, traded last year in the Jack Wilson deal, and he's mostly been playing first base. Pirates say they haven't given up on him as a catcher yet, but they like to see what he can do. His batting average is under 200. However, he has 3 home runs and 5 RBIs. Look out in the seats. Everybody's all right.
Yeah, Brewers outfield very deep, except of course of Jim Edmonds. Check out Corey Hart back there. He's got his heels on a warning track almost. That is deep out and right. Look at him. Protecting against that extra base hit. That's the only thing that will score Doman. They'll give up the single. Looks as though they're in the no doubles defense.
And for Jim Edmonds, he is playing deep. It's about normal for every other center fielder, but 2-2 the count. And another base hit by Jeff Clement. That's his 3rd hit, and the Pirates have 2 more men aboard.
That's a good stroke right there. Wow. Yeah, pitch out away from him, just waits back, and watch him get on top of this fastball away. It looked like it was off the plate, just goes right with it. He stays right in there. He keeps that front shoulder closed and into left field for a base hit.
Again, the Pirates have 2 on base. Todd Coffey begins to get loose. Coffey just started throwing, but he doesn't need much time. And here comes Rick Peterson to buy him a few extra pitches in the bullpen.
Now, if you're wondering, you've got the pitcher's spot on deck, followed by 4 straight right-handed hitters. This could very well be Wolf's last hitter.
Bobby Crosby has already moved into the on-deck circle. So for now, with the lefty up, it's Randy Wolf. 2 on and 1 out. Iwamura is 0 for 1 in 3 plate appearances. Had a sac fly and an RBI in the 2nd. He walked in the 4th, and then Wolf struck him out in the 6th inning.
And Todd Coffey's ready.
That didn't take long.
No. You know, we did an instructional the other day with Marcus Hamill talking about the bullpen and the relief corps. 5 pitches is all it takes.
Is that right?
For Todd Coffey.
Hoffman's around there too, isn't he? Doesn't take him long to get loose.
Yeah, once he gets out on the mound.
Yeah, good point. Once he starts throwing, it doesn't take him long. Iwamura, left field, long run for Braun, and did he catch it? He did. Ryan Braun pulls one in. The speed of Braun. A terrific catch in left field.
Boy, he's been playing a tremendous left field the last couple of nights. Made a great diving catch yesterday in the gap. This time down the line in the webbing, saving at least one run. Well, there's the benefit of playing no doubles right there. You play regular depth. Not only do you have to go across, but you have to go back. You got to go on an angle. Ryan went just about directly to the line, was able to make the catch.
Outstanding play by Braun. That corner down there is kind of tucked out of our view. Braun disappeared. Comes back with a baseball. Still 2 on. Wolf will stay. Delwyn Young is the pinch hitter for the Pirates.
Yeah, they called the right-handed Bobby Crosby back just in case Ken Maka went to the bench or went to the bullpen. Delwyn Young's a switch hitter. It doesn't matter to him, righty or left.
Back into the screen. How about Braun's defense, Rock? Last night, this diving catch, that was one of the best catches of the night in Major League Baseball last night.
Yeah, that was in the 8th inning. To end that inning, he made a pretty nice catch going over his shoulder onto the warning track.
They put another dandy on his defensive reel here tonight. Here's the 1-1. Young, a bouncer back to Wolf. He's going to get out of it. Randy Wolf strands 2 more. The Brewers are coming up. Ryan Braun, a spectacular catch in left field. And now Prince Fielder is ready to lead off as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Summary, the Pirates and the Brewers. Craig Counsell with the Brewers down a run, tied it up with a double. Jeff Clement put the Pirates back on top with a home run. Randy Wolf started to dial it up. Actually had a couple of hits at the plate as well. And then in the 7th inning, it was George Gutaris with a game-tying home run. And that's where we are, all even at 2. Randy Wolf just stranding 2 Pirates aboard. And now hoping his offense can get him a lead, and perhaps the Brewers turn it over to Trevor Hoffman.
And Major League Baseball and People Magazine are looking for individuals who make a difference in the community. 30 Everyday All-Stars will be honored at the 2010 All-Star Game. To nominate, go to peopleallstars.com.
Here's Fielder to lead off. Casey McGee to follow, then Jim Edmonds. And the new pitcher is Javi Lopez. 10th appearance, and he's been good for the Pirates this year. And Fielder hammers one deep center field, and it's out of here. Prince Fielder has put the crew on top.
Boy, hammered that one to center field. No hitting the wall on that swing. Man, up off the batter's eye on a 1-0 pitch. Prince gives the Brewers a lead. He's starting to feel it. You notice?
I'm starting to sense that. Classic. Fielder puts the Brewers ahead 3-2 on his second home run of the year, and it was whistled off that batter's eye in center field.
Right down the middle of the plate, and see you later. Brewers with a 3-2 lead. So the big man starting to feel the home run stroke again.
Sending Bernie on his way down the slide. Can't blame the big man for being fired up. That was a big home run
against the left-hand pitcher. You betcha.
Back to the mound. Lopez makes a play for the first out. Two homers, 9 RBIs for Fielder. Both of his home runs have come against the Pirates. Well, he's got some adrenaline pumping through those veins right now.
Right now, he's thinking about, what did I just do? I mean, let's sit back and think about that swing and what I was thinking about, so I can take that into tomorrow night.
Jim Edmonds in our Wendy's at the plate. Got a hit and a walk. 1 for 2. There's strike one from Lopez.
I tell you, that guy, Prince Fielder, worth the price of admission. That guy. Yeah, from the time that he comes into the clubhouse until everybody leaves, Prince Fielder is the guy everybody watches.
Little flare by Edmonds. That's dropping quickly. Millage dives and he caught it. Lastings Millage with a great play in left field. Robbing Edmonds of a base hit. Oh, we've seen some good defense here tonight.
Yep. Well, speed will make up for maybe a bad jump. Lastings Millage wasn't sure. He saw it off the end of the bat. Got a little bit of a late break, but able to make up for it with good speed.
Two outs, and here is Hart. You saw Trevor Hoffman getting loose. As Hart bangs one to left, that is going to get down and go to the wall. Corey Hart with extra bases. A 2-out double for the Brewers right fielder.
Well, the Pirates were bunching their outfielders once again, putting Lastings Millage over in the gap, and Corey Hart pulls one. He gets one middle in, and Lastings Millage had a long way to go. That was almost at pretty much regular positioning for the left fielder, but sometimes the Pirates shift him over toward the gap. Worked against him that time.
So here is Kataris now with Corey Hart at second base. The Pirates squeeze their corner outfielders into the gaps. Matter of fact, you can see the spot that most left fielders stand, that worn out spot in the grass.
Yeah, right there. Is that what you're talking about?
Mm-hmm. Although they're you don't want to bring up blemishes in the outfield.
Well, okay.
But typically Millage is even more into left center.
Yeah, and he was a lot more over toward right center with Corey Hart at the plate. I mean, he was way over toward the gap, even more than that. You know, for the Pirates, that's pretty much straight away.
2-0 to Kataris. 3 balls, no strikes. We saw that in Pittsburgh. That's just a philosophical view of outfield play by the Pirates. They do this against most teams.
Yeah, most teams they hit home runs. They try and take away extra base hits in the gaps.
You figure anything pulled down the line is going to go for a double anyway.
Right.
You cut the gaps off. But it seems to have hurt the Pirates more than it's helped them, at least in the 5 games the Brewers have played. There have been a number of balls that would be one hoppers to the left fielder that end up as doubles.
Hey, remember that triple Escobar hit, a ground ball down the third baseline? I mean, that was a triple in Pittsburgh. I mean, you never see a triple down the line and left in baseball, but that wasn't even a close play at third.
And Lopez has come back. Count is full for Kataris. And he walked him. Good at bat by George Kataris. Brewers getting a lot of production from their catchers the last 2 nights. And with the pitcher coming up, it's going to be Alcides Escobar to hit. And here comes John Russell out to the mound. A Prince Fielder home run against the left-hander Lopez has put the Brewers on top. Pitching change. In comes the right-hander. Will set him up. 3-2 Brewers still at work.
Escobar ready to pinch hit against Mr. Donnelly for the Pirates. Escobar hit a home run last night for the Brewers, and you would think that might lead to him being in the lineup again today. Oh, Jody Garrett's going to hit now. Escobar has been scratched. Alcides Escobar, we thought he'd get another start, but with 3 lefties stacked up, Ken Maka decided not to do it. He's also watching Escobar because he hit a home run last night. Last year when he hit his first big league home run against Washington, he went on an 0-for-14 slump after. So, guys, they don't want anybody trying to be Prince Fielder except Prince Fielder.
Exactly, and Escobar used as a decoy here, perhaps. Once the right-hander was announced, in comes the left-handed hitting Jody Garrett. So Maka sent Escobar up there to hit, and then pulled him back once Donnelly came out. And here's Jody Garrett, who is 3 for 10 as a pinch hitter. That includes a home run. He bats with 2 on and 2 out. 3-2. Brewers lead it on the Fielder home run. And Donnelly, the 4th pitcher used tonight by the Pirates. Well, on the last road trip, Jody Garrett in Pittsburgh jumped on a first pitch breaking ball from Zach Duke and hit one deep into the bleachers. Donnelly was in the game last night and surrendered 5 of the 9 runs the Brewers scored in the 8th inning,
including Casey McGee's grand slam.
It was Donnelly and Dotel that gave up all those runs in the 8th in a 17-3 Milwaukee win. This one has been tight, well pitched. Excellent defense in this game as well. But the Brewers have 2 key home runs. A game-tying home run by Kataris in the 7th inning to lead off. And then a leadoff home run by Fielder here in the 8th to put him ahead. sends one to right, but it's right at Garrett Jones. Hit it like a bullet, but the final out. Fielder does damage, and the Brewers have the lead as we go to the ninth. Time here in Milwaukee. Hoffman with 3 saves this year as he climbs his way to 600. The all-time saves leader. His last save came at Wrigley Field 2 Thursdays ago, and he's sitting at 594 as Hell's Bells rings through Miller Park here tonight. Ready to work, and he will face Ronnie Cedeno to lead off. This is the 8th appearance for Hoffman this year. Has 2 blown saves and 3 saves for the season. Cedeno takes strike 1.
Well, it's been a while for Trevor in a save situation so far this year. There you see him 6 away from that magical 600 mark.
And that one's well hit left field. Ryan Braun is back, and this game is tied. Ronnie Cedeno has tied it up, and Hoffman's struggles continue.
Well, he's not a very big guy, but he can get a hold of one like he just did. Knock one out of here. Boy. Fastball right down the middle, a little bit too much of the plate. Ronnie Cedeno hammers it out of here, way back and left. That was a no-doubter.
So that quickly, the Pirates have tied it up on a Cedeno homer. And Trevor has blown his 3rd save of the season. Got a rocky start for the all-time saves leader. Well, the Brewers were riding high after the Fielder home run in the 8th. Randy Wolf goes 8 innings, 10 hits, 2 runs, and will not factor in the decision here tonight. McCutchen takes the strike, and it's 1-2.
And there's that slider that from time to time Trevor will throw. Something else to look at other than the fastball and the changeup.
Save opportunities have been few and far between for Hoffman since his last save in Chicago. He actually pitched in the 20-0 game just to get some work as he strikes out McCutchen for the first out.
It's been almost 2 weeks.
Coach on Gaming text question tonight from Karen in Appleton. She wants to know why do catchers sometimes use signs on their chest instead of with their fingers.
A lot of times when they're going to their chest and they're doing signs above their waist, they're giving signals to the infield. Or sometimes you go to your shoulder, you touch your shoulder, that means second sign. You go into the middle, it's the third sign.
Here's the 1-0 on LaRoche. And another base hit. That is his second 4-hit game in the last 3 days. And the Pirates have the go-ahead runner aboard with one away here in the 9th inning.
A singles machine, Andy LaRoche. So another base runner for the Pirates, but the middle of the order coming up.
Hoffman to face Lastings Millage. In the bottom of the 9th inning, the Brewers have the top of the order. As good as Hoffman was last year, went unscored upon the first 18 innings. It has been a battle this season.
A battle with command of the fastball. Every time he makes a mistake, it's with the fastball. That pitch to Cedeno right down the middle of the plate. And when you're throwing 85, 86 miles per hour, you've got to be on the corners.
That one's well hit. That is going to get down for a base hit off the wall. LaRoche to third. He'll stop there. Millage is in with a double. Bangs it off the left field wall. Lastings Millage. And all of a sudden the Pirates are knocking at the door here with 2 on at second and third and just 1 out.
Oh, mistake that time. I think it was the fastball. It was supposed to be in. Left it out over the plate. And Millage knocks it off the left field fence. Good thing that he didn't get under it a little bit more. That would have been a home run. Millage's second base hit of the day.
Well, Garrett Jones will bat. And with a base open at first, Trevor content to put him aboard.
Set up that double play.
This is the 5th late lead that has been let go by the Brewers. The 8th or 9th inning. And you figure the Brewers are 9-10 this year. That one get away against the Cubs and the Cardinals. Third blown save for Trevor. Hoffman just trying to get it to the dugout at this point. In a 3-3 tie as he walks Jones to load the bases. Hoffman against Ryan Doman. Switch hitting Pirates catcher who has 2 hits tonight. Weeks robbed him of a base hit in the 4th. He could easily be 3 for 4 in this game. The Brewers need a double play ball. And again, ball 1 for Trevor.
Yeah, but in order to get that double play ball, Trevor's got to get the pitch down in the strike zone.
LaRoche and Millage with hits. Jones intentionally walked. Two and 0. Hoffman is in a dicey spot. He has to throw a strike. Nowhere to put Doman. Go ahead runners at third. And that one's belted deep to right. And this is going to go as a grand slam for Ryan Doman. Second home run of the inning. With one swing of the bat, Ryan Doman makes it 7-3.
Yeah, Trevor's just not able to get that fastball where he wants it. That 2-0 pitch right down the middle up in the strike zone, and Ryan Doman knocked it on out of here. Supposed to be in, leaks out over the heart of the plate, and no way that's staying in the ballpark. A 2-0 fastball right down the middle.
A 5-run ninth inning for Pittsburgh. Fielder picks it up, and that's out number 2. That's how fast it can turn. And that 22 consecutive games won by the Brewers at Miller Park is in jeopardy over the Pirates.
That home run by the Pirates, the first hit that they've had tonight with runners in scoring position. Now 1 for 12, so they've had many opportunities tonight, and that was a big one.
Cedeno's home run tied it, and a grand slam by Doman made it 7-3. 2 outs for Iwamura. He's the 8th batter in the inning.
Things have gone for the Pirates. I don't think anybody in that Pirate dugout thinks this one's over yet. Some crazy things have happened to those guys in this ballpark.
Iwamura sends one to right. Corey Hart is there. The inning is over, but the Pirates score 5. 7-3 Pittsburgh. Last call for the Crew. And then Millage with a diving catch for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And we've also seen some power, 9th inning power. The shortstop Cedeno with a game-tying home run. Ryan Doman with a grand slam home run to give the Pirates a 7-3 lead. As we head to the bottom of the 9th inning, the Brewers have the top of the order. And maybe they can come up with a little final at-bat magic like they had last night. They scored 9 runs in their final at-bat yesterday.
Interesting, no Octavio Dotel. Of course, it's not a save situation right now. He's getting loose in the bullpen. Carrasco got hammered pretty good Thursday in Pittsburgh. That by the Brewers.
Ricky Weeks leads off, top of the order. Weeks, Counsell, Braun. And if anybody gets on, it'll be Fielder. You'd like to see the top 3 guys get on for Fielder. Ryan Doumit with his 2nd career grand slam. And it gives the Pirates a 4-run lead in the 9th inning. Carrasco has bounced around a little bit. He came up with the Royals. Last 2 seasons he has been in Chicago pitching for Ozzie Guillen. Ricky is hitless tonight. He's 0 for 4.
Yeah, basically sinker slider, I was going to say, but he gets that pitch up in the strike zone. I mean, that's when the Brewers have done their damage against this guy.
And don't be fooled by his ERA. He's had 2 nightmare games. Other than that, he's been very good. And he dips down sidearm to strike out Ricky Weeks. Ryan Doumit is our Menards player of the game at this point. 3 hits, including the grand slam. He hit a grand slam last year in April against Cincinnati. And his 2nd career slam against Trevor Hoffman in a tie game. One gone for Counsell. Counsell doubled in a run in the 3rd. A game tying hit at the time. Was 1 for 3. Getting the start for Escobar tonight. Brewers took a 3-2 lead into the 9th after a Fielder 8th inning home run. All to see it wiped away.
And didn't take long. Ronnie Cedeno, first batter, tied it up.
Two and 2 to Counsell. There's Dotel just in case it turns into a save situation.
A couple of base runners and it would be a save situation.
If nothing else, the Brewers would like to get Dotel into the game. Just to put a little extra work on him and have a chance to come back.
Had a rough 8th inning yesterday.
Counsell down on strikes. Carrasco with 2 strikeouts in this 9th inning. Tomorrow it's Paul Maholm, talented left-hander, against Chris Narveson, who makes his first start of the year for the Brewers, coming out of the bullpen.
Maholm's always done fairly well against the Brewers. He's put together some good starts. Chris Narveson making his first start of the year.
Narveson takes the spot of Jeff Suppan in the starting rotation. Here's Braun with 2 outs. Slicing down the right field line. And that bangs off the wall in foul territory. Well, as players, Rock, you know this, they go through ups and downs throughout the course of a long season, but blowing late leads, that is the one spot that can hurt a ball club more than any other area of the game.
Well, no doubt. I mean, you got guys out there, they're going through 9 innings, they get the lead. Sometimes, you know, It just doesn't work out. But think about how many times Trevor Hoffman has saved his teams over the years. 1-run leads. It's all about location. It's all about where you put it. Trevor's not been throwing all that hard for a while now, and you put it on the corners, keep it down, you're in good shape. You leave it over the plate, look out. That's what I was saying earlier, right? What would you rather lose, by 6 runs or those late, really those tough losses that you seem to dwell on all night? These are the kind of losses that keep players up at night.
Right. You're right.
Yeah, one at bat, one play in the field, one pitch. If you're Randy Wolf and you're thinking it could have been different. You get beat, you get pounded in a game. I mean, you forget about those games quickly. Nothing you can do. Go get them tomorrow. Not the case with games like this. And the Pirates have had their fair share of it.
Ball and 2 strikes on Braun. Carrasco back sidearm, and Braun fouls it away. Well, you figure this is game 20. And the Brewers have let 5 leads, 5 8th-inning or later leads get away at this point. They did come back to win one of those games. That was that Casey McGee walk-off home run against the Cardinals. Reminiscent of the 08 season and the start that Eric Gagne got off to. Of course, that was a wild card winning year for the Milwaukee Brewers. Solomon Torres, a former Pirate, ended up closing games for the Brewers that year.
And then retired.
Hung him up. I've had enough, he said, after a successful season on the mound.
Had a good year, you bet.
Bouncing ball to short. Fitting that Cedeno would end it. He hit the home run that tied it. And that's a ball game, and a tough pill to swallow for Milwaukee. The Pirates snap this long streak of 22 consecutive losses at Miller Park. First win here at Miller Park since May of '07. We'll take a timeout, come back with Brewers Live. Craig and Jerry on the other side.